Welcome back to Daytime. Well, as we approach summer, for a lot of us, it brings back memories of heading off to camp when we were kids. And that's a memory we want to make sure that even more kids can experience. There's a fundraiser coming up this Sunday, and it's called Trek4Kids, fundraiser to get kids that summer camp experience. John Neufeld is here from the House of Friendship. Welcome back.
Good to be here.
And joining you is Grogan from KPMG. They are the presenting sponsor for Trek4Kids. Thank you very much and welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And you know what? It's wonderful to have the two of you here because it was only a couple of weeks ago that we were in the rotunda at Kitchener City Hall, and KPMG was receiving a Volunteer Impact Award for the work that they do with the House of Friendship.
Yeah. Well, and that's why it's just so exciting to have them as the presenting sponsor. KPMG, what makes them different is they don't just simply sponsor, they also get their hands dirty, they get involved with the events, and Trek4Kids is no exception. And Karen can talk a little bit about what they have planned for this Sunday as part of Trek4Kids.
Well, we'll start off first, John. I'll just get you to explain a little bit of what Trek4Kids is all about. Really, the means to the ends is to get kids going to camp.
Absolutely. I think all of us know, for those of us who have kids, the impact that a week at camp can have in the summer. I know myself, when our family first came to Canada, as an immigrant, we couldn't afford that experience, so I never got it. But now I have the privilege of having sent my two kids to camp and just seeing what an incredible that experience is for them, that I want to make sure that every child, regardless of their income, can go to camp this summer. And so Trek4Kids, House of Friendship has been sending children to camp since the 70s. But about 7 years ago, we came up with this idea of Trek4Kids, one day on a Sunday where people can bike or run, and different distances, 5, 9, or 23 kilometers, and all the funds raised send kids to camp. We try to send about over 100, at least 100 kids to camp every summer, so we have to raise about $50,000 because it's about $500 for a week of camp per child. So.
And through the years, you've seen a lot of good community partners come in and help out with this initiative. I mean, Martin Burr certainly is. He's Mr. Trek, if you want to call him that. He's really been a champion for this project. There have been individuals that have stepped forward and really made a difference. And now you've got companies stepping forward and making the difference too.
Absolutely. So I'll let Karen talk about maybe why KPMG got involved.
Okay. We really like to work with organizations that make an impact on people's lives, and especially kids. So when we were given the opportunity to be the presenting sponsor for Trek4Kids, we just thought it would be such a good fit with KPMG. And it's such a great event. It's not only helping kids, but we also get out and get to have fun and exercise for the day, and that's great.
And that's what I was going to say. I know we've got a picture of the team from last year when John said, it's not just about saying, here, we'll put our name on it and away you go. You really do get your hands dirty. The KPMG employees are finding out not only how they can participate in this, but if there are other aspects they can help out with.
Yes, and we're really excited about that. This year we have a lot of KPMG people that are really engaged in this. We've got 10 volunteers helping out the day of the event. We've got our own team of trekkers, and we're actually planning to help drive some of the kids out to camp this summer. I think it will be so fun to see how excited they are and hear the stories afterwards. We're just all really excited about it.
That really becomes the reciprocal thing where suddenly, it starts off you're doing something for House of Friendship and for these kids that are going to camp, but suddenly when you can see those smiles and you see those faces and what this means to them, it's like it turns around and they're giving you something back instead.
Yeah, and for those watching today, I just want to give an opportunity for them to get involved as well. It can be just as simple as going to our website, and you'll see all the information on there, and they can donate to help for Trek4Kids. The other fun thing, for those who love their cell phones and loves texting, they can get on their cell phone right now, and if they just simply text the word share to 41010, a $5 donation will go towards helping send kids to camp.
Perfect. Wow, technology age is so great. This really becomes one of those great family events, too. I know what it's like for my kids. If we're fundraising for something, it's great. If we're fundraising for something that they get at a kid level, a kid sending another kid to camp, it makes a huge difference to them. So this is a great family event, too.
Absolutely, and every year a lot of families come out, bring their young kids. This year, I know my wife and two kids are also hitting the road to Trek. It's a great family building event and a community building event.
And you mentioned there are the different distances. So, you know, if you've got young kids, you do the shorter one. If you're biking, you can take the longer path if you want to. You know, it's really just meant to get people out there and supporting this.
Absolutely. And the weather's going to be perfect this Sunday, so if people want to come out and join us, that'd be great.
I was going to say, John, I thought it was absolutely genius for you this year to get the rain all out of the way this week so that the weekend is sunny for you, because last year, and the thing is, even though it wasn't optimal weather for you, it was still something like $38,000 that was raised in Trek4Kids. People still came out and they still supported it.
It was pouring, it was miserable, but people still came out. We had a band there, and we just had a great time, and I think this year will be even better with the sun.
And I think that just speaks to, we all understand how important this is for kids. There's nothing like that camp experience. It really does become the great equalizer for kids, because when you're all out there, you're all sleeping in the same cabin, you're all out there in the woods, you know, everybody's the same, and you form those lifelong experiences that, you know, go well beyond that week at camp. So be part of Trek4Kids coming up this Sunday, and you have a new start location for this as well.
We're on Nyberg Street, but it's still the Iron Horse Trail will be it.
All right, and all the information is on the website. You can go to houseoffriendship.org, get the information there, and congratulations to KPMG for coming on board as a presenting sponsor. All the best to you.
Do it.
Back in just a moment. Stay with us.